Last week, I was able to put together a pretty cool app using Lovable. As you can see, it has a nice clean user interface and I can easily drop an image into it. It then uses Google Gemini to analyze the image, and it then provides me a beautifully formatted recipe based off the image. Hearing all the hype, I decided to try to build the same app with Google's Firebase Studio. After several iterations and poor adherence to my prompts, I ended up with a very rudimentary looking version of the same. In this video, I provide an honest overview of the process so you can make an educated choice as to whether you'll find value in Firebase Studio in its current stage.
This is Rossi Bites.
So over the weekend, I created this app with Lovable with about 3 to 4 prompts. Most of the prompting was to get the Gemini model to work with my app, but you can see I can drag an image and it creates a beautiful looking recipe with the yield, the amount of time, the instructions, and even chef's tips, and I gave it no visual cues whatsoever. So to help break down all the hype, I'm coming over to Firebase Studio, recently released by Google, and I'm going to provide the same exact prompt that I used for Lovable, along with a screenshot of what I want the UI to look like. And I'm going to go ahead and see if Firebase Studio can build me an app that looks and functions the same as the Lovable app does. I'm also going to give it a little bit of extra instruction here to say use this attached image for the look and feel of the app. So then I'll go ahead and click Prototype with AI. And Firebase Studio will go to work and start putting together a plan or blueprint that I can review. You can see things here like the color palette that it's going to use, etc. So I'm just going to say prototype the app. You can see that it's going away building code here. Again, this interface is kind of clunky looking to me. I really like the way Bolt and Lovable do this part of the whole thing. But as you can see here, I now have an app that looks kind of crappy. The colors really kind of stink. The fonts are horrible. And if you compare it to my app in Lovable, it's no comparison at all. There's a logo in my Lovable version, a proper looking drop zone, a footer, all kinds of elements that you would expect a modern vibe coding platform to be able to put out. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and test dragging the image over into the new one from Firebase Studio. And as we can see, the drop zone does not appear to be working properly. Looks like there's a select image button here as well, but I really don't want to have to select the image. I want to be able to just drag and drop the image onto the app like I can with my Lovable version on the right and have it do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a prompt and basically just tell it that I want to be able to use this drop zone like a proper drop zone. And you'll see that it will go away and start coding. Okay, the code's been updated, so let's test it now. Okay, now it's working. That's good. So I'm going to say generate recipe. So let's keep our fingers crossed here. And this is using the Google Gemini. Mountaintop barley salad. Does this image look like mountaintop barley salad to you? No. Okay, so now I'm going to come in and basically say the drop zone is working, but what you're returning as a recipe based on the image is not even close to what it is. And I'm getting some errors here. Okay, so now I'm going to try. I drag the image over again. I'm going to click generate recipe. And now I get baby food with no ingredients and no instructions. That's even worse. Okay, so I'm going to come in and just say it's still being returned with an invalid recipe, and it's not using the Gemini model apparently, so I'm going to try again. And I did several iterations of this, and you can see that I just kept getting error after error after error. So I decided to try it again. And you can see it's going through the same process of building the blueprint and then creating the app, and it gives me an image URL field. That's not what I asked for. So I'm not really quite sure how Google is doing this, but what I can say is for right now, there is no way that I would be using Firebase Studio to create applications like this. Bolt.new and Lovable.dev are far superior. They come up with styling decisions on their own. They format things perfectly, usually with almost like a zero-shot prompt. And Firebase Studio just seems to be kind of clunky. And right now, I am feeling like it's just a lot of hype. The fact that you can spin up multiple types of projects in different types of IDEs is probably of value. But if I can't come and give it a visual representation of something that I want with a clear and concise prompt and have it at least output something that's comparable to all of the other platforms that are out there, I don't think it's quite where it needs to be for people to adopt it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you found this content useful, please click like and subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.
This is Rossi Bites.